Hello, Maplesville fans around the world. This is the Red Devil Nation report. What a game we had by the Maplesville Red Devils against the Billingsley Bears. The final score, Red Devils 42, the Bears 0. Goose egg zip. Did not score, did not come close to scoring. Ladies and gentlemen, the defense played ball tonight. As you can tell, we had another shutout. But also, just to let you know, the junior varsity pretty much played most of the second half and even some of the second quarter. So great job, junior varsity, getting in there, playing, but not letting the Bears score. But the Bears was classy too. They was playing their second team as well. So I think a good sportsmanship on both sides. We could have scored a lot more points, but we didn't. And that's okay. 42 points is bad enough. And we controlled the game. Now, I said in my earlier post on Facebook, I thought that was going to have two big defensive players really showing out tonight. And I really nailed that one. Luke Gray was probably on 10 tackles in the first half, most of them behind the line of scrimmage. Luke Gray played a great game tonight. Also, Eli Hubbard had a great defensive game, and Michael G had some big plays as well, and I called out Michael G as well. And I'm going to talk about Michael G on the offensive side. I know he was listening, watching that Caden Proctor score, and he wanted to end on the action. So let's how it scored it, right? So the offense moved the ball down, had 2 holding penalties, but we still moved the ball down. Michael G came in at the H-back, looked like he was coming in to block the ball, but went out into the flats, caught the ball, nice catch in the flats, and then Michael G stumbled and rumbled in for the touchdown, just like Caden Proctor did for Alabama, except he didn't score. And Michael G did put the ball in the end zone. Great job, Michael G, on the offensive side. We may see you more in the coming games. Maybe. And also then, Harrison again for the PAT. So here we are, 7-0 on the first drive. The defense held him on the first drive. Then on the second drive, the same thing. Abbott, Luke Gray, they lost yards on every play almost. They had minus 18 yards of offense in the first half. Let me say that one more time. Minus 18 yards in the first half. The defense was dominating. It took the whole front 7 to do that, but a lot of people was in on the plays. All right. Now, here we go. Another play happens. Offense has the ball, works, catches it on a little, out into the flats, and makes a hurdle over the Billingsley Bears defensive guy cleanly. Clean hurdled him over, runs it in for the touchdown. Right? Great. Woohoo! Touchdown. Wrong. High school, you cannot hurdle the players. And we had a 15-yard penalty. So that play got called back. But I'm going to tell you something. Jediah Works, I saw you on that play. That was a heck of a play to actually put it in the end zone, but it got called back. So no more hurdling. Run them over next time, please. Okay. Then right after that, Jurgen drops back to throw it. Couldn't find someone open. Takes off one of his few long runs so far this season, 34 yards roughly into the touchdown. And when he got down to about the 2-yard line, he ran over the defensive guy. Ran him over into the end zone. Touchdown. No hurdling for Jurgen. He wanted the touchdown. So now we're up. Harrison good with PAT, up 14-0 on our 2 possessions there. Defense comes back in. Again, Luke Gray, I just wrote these down in each kind of these series. Luke Gray again, Eli on tackles. Most of them down behind the in the backfield into the first quarter, 14-0. So here we go on the offense. Now we're starting to even play some players even in the second quarter. And let me tell you what now, Drayden Brown, you know I've called you out before, and I told you I'm watching for you. And D. Brown, number 12, had a nice about a 40-yard run down to the 27-yard line. Then we got penalties. We got too many penalties. We got to straighten that out. I know it's maybe because after the bye week, but we got to cut out the penalties, guys. We cannot be playing good teams making penalties like this. Tonight, we didn't have to worry about it, but we can't do that. All right. Then, after that, Works. Let me see what happened. Oh, yeah, Works. Works runs the ball in for a touchdown, so he gets his touchdown finally. Harrison PTAT. Good. 21-0. Now, next time we get the ball, because nearly every time they was punting, right? They wouldn't get nothing. Jurgen to Ethan Reacher. Nice pass. It was a good long pass. And Reacher caught the ball. Nice run. Ethan Reacher, you've made some good plays. And I'm going to talk about Ethan Reacher here in a minute again. Harrison PAT yet good. 28-0. Now, Ethan Reacher on the next very series intercepts the ball like on the first play. Nice interception, gets up like, hey, I can do it all day long. Then Clark's in. He runs the ball, and then he had about a 20-yard run. Works then runs it in for a touchdown, and they was bouncing off of Works as he was working his way into the end zone. It was bouncing off like bowling balls, and he was the big pin knocking the bowling balls out of the way. Again, Harrison's good. 35-0. So now we're in the third quarter. Now, we go into half. It's 35-0 at halftime. All right? It's over. The game's over. The game was over at 14-0. But we're going to call it at half 35-0. So I think Coach Abbott goes in there and he has a nice little discussion about penalties and stuff like that. We need to clean some mess up. And he says, okay, offense, you're going to get to go back in there. And the defense, you're going to go back in there for one more series here at the third quarter. And let's see you play good, clean football. And that's what they did. The Maples will recover. They received the kickoff. McCary, okay, here's how it went. McCary, 20-yard run for the first down. McCary for 8 yards. McCary for 10 yards. Work come in. He runs it for 10 yards. And then he's fixing to score. He's wide open to score. He runs out of bounds on the 1-yard line. And I go like, what are you doing, Jediah Works? And then I'm going to call it the way I think it happened. And I want to, because it was hard to me to tell. I was watching the game, but I was listening to the radio. And the radio didn't catch who really did it. I think they called out the wrong guy. I think Don Smitherman told me who she thinks it really did. I think it was, oh my God, Kitchens. I think it was Kitchens that went in for the 1-yard touchdown run, and everybody was celebrating. Everybody high. Harrison's PAT's up 42-0. Then the junior varsity pretty much played the rest of the game. Junior varsity defense played well. They did let them score. They kind of gave a little late charge at the end. But Isabella did have their junior varsity team in as well. But junior varsity, they showed up. They did good. They had some good marches downfield and stuff like that. But overall, it was just all Maplesville Red Devils. It was a great senior night for the football players. And let me just give a shout out to the senior moms. Senior moms, I saw the long video that was showing you guys knocking your sons down into the cushions. And I'm going to tell you something, moms. Some of y'all hit your sons harder than they got hit tonight. I'm telling you. So, moms, Y'all was putting some slap down on your sons, and I really enjoyed that. So I know y'all senior boys, y'all better be paying attention what your mom says at home, because I saw what they can do to you. All right, so listen, most of the time, the defense played well, the offense played well, too many penalties, but overall, the Maplesville Red Devils are still on a run, 7-0. Next week, I believe, oh man, Barry is in bad shape here. Barry, I believe they're playing Keith next week. I believe they're playing the Keith Bears next week away. The next 3 games is away. So Keith Bears is the next one. They are a region game. So again, a very important region game as well. So Red Devils did what they needed to do. Win this region game tonight. It was senior night. It was their last home game for the schedule here at George Walker Stadium in Maplesville, Alabama. So I want to end this here. Maybe I'm almost ending it soon as I'd like to. So anyway, Red Devil Nation out. Thank y'all for listening. Once a Red Devil, always a Red Devil. Let's go, Devils. Let's go. A few more games to get focused on. Let's get those region games. Let's get #1 in the region. You can do it. Let's go.